Everybody in? Good. Is there any empty seats? Raise your hand if there's an empty seat next to you. One. You don't have a mouse? Oh, it's supposed, they're supposed to put it in the other one. Okay, so there's two empty seats, right? Huh? Okay, so there's two empty seats. So everybody, get your name called. Everybody, you have your. Is there any empty seats? And you want to use it, please do. Because we do have a little bit more people than we have seats. But for today, it worked out fine. So usually will, I imagine. So welcome back. Okay. Now, so is this on me?
Just audio. There's no cameras.
Okay. Well, how do you put the camera on? And also, how do we get a screen capture?
It's already capturing the screen.
Oh, that's great.
What's your name?
Yeah. Oh.
What is that?
Okay. Here's the extra mouse.
Pop the top. USB's inside.
That's cool. Thank you. Hi, guys. Say hi, Vince.
Hello. Lecture. Yes, we'll just put it in this corner here.
Okay.
Or it's probably better.
Yeah.
There.
And now
So now it's capturing audio, video. We'll just.
and screen capture.
Yep.
Okay, so we need to make all of these invisible.
All right. Oh, that's just you that you can see. You can drop down this one. You can minimize that. Yeah.
So now what?
And you're ready to go?
Okay, well, we need to make everything invisible except for CIS-123 spring.
Okay, let's undo that. Hidden, right? Or we're not trying to hide it? No. Oh, you are hiding it.
No, I'm hiding it.
It was already unhidden before. But right now to read only, so you need to undo read only so that people can access files.
Right. Thank you. Okay. This is the first of our unedited, unexpurgated, totally raw videos of the exciting world of CIS-123. So we're going to try to stream all the classes, so if you're absent you can see them live at home. And also, if you want to review a class, then you'll be able to go to YouTube and check out our lectures. But I do not have time to edit them, and so they're going to be just exactly the way they happen in the class, which, may be boring because there's a lot of ums and ahs, and we wait for the whole class to do it, and then we go on. So, it's not great, but it may be helpful. So if it is, you're welcome to go to YouTube from now on. Starting today, we'll show you how, and look at our videos. I think we're ready to go. Now today, welcome back. How many of you had a chance to use WordPress over the weekend? couple of people went back in. You go, oh, I got to connect an account. Yeah, and you kind of look at it. How many of you showed your sample site to anybody? You're going, okay, yeah, this is practice site. That's fine. And that's okay. What we're going to do, how many of you remember everything we did? Oh, good. The people I'm looking at raised their hand. The people over here I wasn't looking at, they didn't. That's interesting. Okay, well, anyways, even if you don't remember everything, that's fine. We're going to review. We just made a little sample site so you could know how to use or just access WordPress last time. This time we'll get in and we'll make a sample site together. Your homework will be to make a very small sample blog site for yourself, 4 pages. Okay, so WordPress makes 2 of them, but you want to customize them. So we'll review everything we did last time, in addition to adding some new stuff. Okay, and what we're going to do is practice a couple of times with the basic free version of WordPress until February 3rd, which is when we will all get a hosting account with GoDaddy, and then we'll get the big boy WordPress. With your hosting account, WordPress comes free. So we'll use the free version until you get a hosting account on February 3rd. Okay, so today we have a couple of things to show you. Some of them are about how to work with a class and how to get the information you need. So I'd like you, if you will, to close whatever you're doing and go to the black screen. I don't know if this is going to be a good video or not. We'll see. Go to the black screen. And you'll see web design. So double click on every day when you come in, the stuff that we're going to do that day, I've prepared for you, will be in web design, and you find the name of our class. If other teachers put stuff in there, then there'll be more than one class in there. But does everybody see CIS-123 web publishing? Okay, so if you double click on that, you'll see that what we have is week 1. So always what you'll want to do is copy and paste. You can't drag and drop. Actually, the Macs, they do let you drag and drop, but the PCs won't let you drag and drop. So you really have to right-click and copy week 1 and right-click and paste week 1 on your disk or your desktop. Now, the best way to work in the class is to work on your desktop. And at the end of the day, when you got everything done on your desktop, then you can save it to your USB or your Dropbox or your cloud account. Okay? But because our computers here have a lot of memory, a lot of power, probably the easiest thing for you to do is to work on the desktop. And then when you go to save, you can turn it in. You can save it for yourself and turn it in for us. Okay? So you want to copy week 1 and paste week 1 onto the disk or the desktop. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. Notice here that there's an images folder. If we need it today, we'll go and get the images folder. So anything that you need, that I think you need, is there. Okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do today is just review some of what is the most important basic elements of WordPress. How come that's not working? Okay, sorry. This video will be easy for you to fast forward. when it gets incredibly irritating. So, you know, when I teach at UCSD, what happens is when you come in the classroom, you turn on the lights, it automatically turns on the video projection stuff. So it's takes a little bit longer here. We're trying a new one, so let us know how it works out. Also, just so you'll know, we have not taught WordPress in our 5-hour class setup before, and so you know, we've taught it in different formats, but we haven't in this 5-hour setup. So please give us lots of feedback. Let us know if we're going too fast or too slow. There's too much work, not enough time to work. Give us some feedback, okay? All right, and because it's new, what was that? You know, something's wrong here with the magnification. How do you turn it off? Vince, do you know? How do you turn it off?
Just go to the. Are you recording?
No. This magnification thing. Usually it's not a split screen.
Yeah, usually it's not. Just right-click magnifier and close it.
Okay. So what do we have now? And we got to get rid of that. So how do we get it back to the way it was?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Go try it again. Magnifier. Let me see. Okay.
Maybe views.
Or,
Okay. Maybe that's good. 200%? Okay, that's good because that's only one screen.
but it's not zoomed in.
Let's try it.
And close it and try it again.
Close. Try that one.
There we go.
Okay, that's 300%, so we want
And
to
you
go.
zoom out to like 200. There you go.
Cool, thank you. All right, sorry, our mistakes are online, but that's the world of the web. We'll get this, because it's a new situation, a new way that we're trying to do this for you. Ay, ay, ay. It should become easy later. Come on. Ay, ay. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Now, I don't think that worked, Vince. It didn't. I don't think that worked, Vince. I don't think that worked. Did you do docked?
No, I don't know what happened. Let me see. Go real quick.
Follow the keyboard focus. Follow the mouse pointer.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Okay, we need to start a new movie once this is over. Because I don't want all these mistakes on the web forever. Okay, well that's a good one.
It's better. Or
Yeah, I
what
just,
if I just do this?
yeah, we got to figure it out.
And
Okay.
then we can 200% it.
Okay,
There.
let's start with that. Thank you. We're going to have to,
Restart it?
yeah, start fresh. Sorry, guys. I don't want to make that one more public because that one was really So we're just going to start again in case anyone ever wants to watch the video. They won't have to watch Kathleen screw up in public for 20 minutes. Sorry. The Kathleen show was a full. Do is a group activity. Remember we said every time you come to class, I know you're going, oh no. They did that in my yoga class the other day too, when Rob went, oh. But the first thing we're going to do is a group activity, so you get to know the people that you're working with, but we also want you to get to know WordPress. We're going to review some of the basic pieces of WordPress, the basic elements of a page. So then you'll know when we go into WordPress, you'll know the 6 basic elements that you need to put together on each one of your pages. And then we'll show you how to put them together. But we want to show you some real life ones so you get some inspiration. Show you good ones, and then we'll go and we'll start with simple ones, and then we'll get fancier as the semester goes. We're only using right now. Vince, did you turn that off and start a new one? Yes. We're only using right now the free WordPress, and it has some limitations. The free WordPress doesn't have all the fancy bells and whistles. Like when you click on it and say, I want to change the colors, it says, oh, red costs more. You could have red for $18.99 or whatever. But once we get our full-blown version of WordPress with our hosting service, then you'll have the premium service that comes free. Okay, so for this time anyway, I want to show you, we're going to make some basic ones, but I want to show you, if you go into our class notes, I'll share with you the notes that I am making for the class, so you can know what I plan, these are my notes, so I remember to tell you everything, and so you can have them too. So if you want to go to the file in week 1, it's called week 1, Day 2. That's what today is. And so, remember I told you the first day I gave you lots of pieces of paper for copies? Well, from now on, we just want you to go to the week 1 folder, the week 2 folder, and get the digital version. You're welcome to make a paper copy if you want to, anytime, no problem. It's just that this way it saves more paper. If you don't want a copy, you don't have to make one. Okay, so if you want to see our notes and follow along with us, this is what I put up on the board. So our first part of today is our inspiration. We want to see some real cool websites made with WordPress. And notice our homework, and hopefully we will have time to do our homework in class. That's why it's a 5-hour class. We hope you have enough time to do it. But if not, if you want more time, you can always come to the open lab. So we're going to look at other people's websites first, and then we're going to make another one for yourself. Okay, so our idea here is, okay, who uses WordPress? Why is it that we're learning WordPress, this content management system? Well, the reason is because 60% to almost 2/3 of the world's websites are made with WordPress. And you can customize. And it's quicker, easier, it has more features built in for you, and it's very interactive. So that's why. So who uses it? Well, we were saying some of the biggest companies in the world use it. eBay, that's a big one. TechCrunch, Slayer, Katy Perry, Motley Crue. My son goes, don't put that in there, Mom. They'll know how old you are. Martha Stewart, New York Times, Jason Mraz, the country of Sweden. As a matter of fact, most countries have made their official country website with WordPress. Lord. So there's just tons of them. And every day there's more and more. So 2/3 of the world is doing it. So we want you to jump on that modern state-of-the-art technology. Now, I'm going to notice here on our Word document, I didn't know if you know this, but if you hit Control-click on a link, it will get that link for you. Okay? So here we are in WordPress.org. If you want to follow along with me, great, or you can look at the screen. Please don't use this as the time to answer your instant messaging or your email or create your new 3D video game. Stay with us if you will, okay? So what we have here is, if you take a look, you'll see that this is, oh, I'm trying. This is the showcase. Okay, magnifier, you have to behave yourself. So this is the showcase. And you can go here anytime. It's wordpress.org showcase. And let's look at, you can search here to find some of your favorites. But if you click on the showcase, you'll see every day they have different, ones that they're featuring. And so you can see Time Magazine. That's pretty cool. And you can look down here, Beyonce. So they have a little slideshow every day at the top, and it shows, I don't know how this is going to work. This magnifier thing is not working. Okay, so every day they have a whole bunch of them that are, they call them freshly pressed. The ones that use WordPress, and they're showing them to you. Okay, well, I'm going to start. If you want to start with me, let's go up here to search WordPress, and let's type in Slayer. You know, this is not going to work because it doesn't magnify what you're doing. So type in Slayer. Do you guys know that band? Most of your bands, most of your entertainment artists and stuff like that. Oh, come on, where are you?
I think it's in window mode, your Zoom.
Okay.
Try hitting 1+ again. Let's see.
See?
Yeah, it's in window mode. Whoa. Okay, there's...
Gotta exit out of this one, I think.
There. That's one of them. Okay. Win plus. Now, here, views.
200.
200 and
Follow the mouse pointer.
yeah, and then yeah, those settings are okay. Gosh.
But the problem is, what doesn't let you.
Close.
Should be
Yeah, for
full
some
screen.
reason. Docked?
I don't know what dog is. Dang. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to get out of here.
Oh, well, technically it's in full screen dock. That's weird.
Okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, make sure you click on Showcase. And in Showcase, move down, and you can see the featured business sites. But also, I want you to see this little piece right here, which is, look at the popular ones that people have voted that they really like. CMS, what does CMS stand for?
Sorry, I'm on the same screen you had earlier, but now yours looks different.
Okay, now click on Showcase. Click on Showcase and scoot down a little.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so take a look here. These are some of the things that you could showcase, that you could look at in their showcase. The showcase is the gallery. You can see the most popular is CMS. What is CMS? Content Management System. We talked about that in the last class. It will be on the first test. You'll need to know it for the rest of your life. Content management system is, or CMS, is what WordPress is. And what that means is that it's a server-side program. What we meant for, it uses databases. So to manage the content. So WordPress has all of their templates up on the web, and you'll access one of their templates and put your content in it. So WordPress manages your content. And so that's a content management system. And so that's what WordPress is used for, because there's lots of free themes and templates and pages already made. Yeah, so that was the most popular thing. Then you can look up businesses, people, celebrities, education, college, music, technology, entertainment. You know, all the things that you're interested in, you can go see the best WordPress websites in that category. Because they put the best ones on their shows. Okay? So you can see that this, you know, just click on one and you can look. But what we're going to do is we're going to search. This is so frustrating. We're going to search. Okay. We're not going to magnify. But if you can find the search there, on the search, type in Slayer. I think I did it a little too fast before. So type in Slayer and we'll say go. We're going to look for, oh, come on, it was here yesterday. Hey. Maybe it's music. Oh, come on. Okay, I know what we're going to do. I am going to okay. You could just look up here for a moment, if you will, and I will take you there. Okay, I don't know if anybody knows that musical group, Slayer. But my son said, okay, well, you know, you got to put something more modern up there. So you can find your favorite musical group. But in any case, take a look here. This is made with WordPress. Now, in WordPress, there are 6 major pieces. The 6 major pieces of a website in WordPress are header, navigation or menu, header at the top, footer at the bottom, navigation or menu is how do you get around, content, of course that's the main part of the page, tagline and sidebar. Do you know what a tagline is? Some people do. Who took fireworks? What's a tagline?
It's kind of like gives like a little brief description.
Yes, exactly. A tagline is probably about 10 words or less. Like a motto or a slogan. But it's about 10 words or less that it describes your website or describes your company. You know, so if you have Joe's friendly used truck sales in National City, if that's the name of your business, it kind of says it all. But if your business is Kalo Designs, nobody knows what it is. So a tagline describes your website or your design company in about 10 words or less. It shows up under your name. Like, for me, my website design company would be Kalo Designs. Say websites, you know. Websites made instantly. So that's what a tagline is. And a sidebar. You guys know what a sidebar is? Content is the main port on the screen. And then sidebar is where you put widgets or where you put extra little stuff in the sidebar. So it divides it up kind of into two columns, the main screen and then the sidebar column. So we want you to look at some samples of websites made in WordPress and identify these 6 pieces. So let's take a look here at Slayer. How do you know what website this is? This is really strange because usually the name is in the header. Okay? The name of the website is in the header. This is a strange one.
Just try going to slayer.net first,
Uh-huh.
and then it'll take you to like the main one. Just-
Right. Okay, well take a look at this. Take a look, it's got a background image. This is the navigation or menu. And this is one of the items in their sidebar. You can see this whole little area on the right is their sidebar. So what do they have? They have the next tour or ticket calendar here. And they have a little slideshow here. And this is kind of cool. Do you see up here where it says select skin? This is one of the themes they made. World Painted Blood. I guess that matches one of their albums. Now take a look. You can select the skin. The skin is like the theme, right? Because it's the style sheet. So I'm going to go to Rain in Blood. And now look at, it's the same content, but it has a different theme, right? So that's what a skin is, or a theme. And now notice Slayer is up at the top as a header, and that's how it usually is, okay? And notice here we have, again, the same thing. We have our sidebar with the widgets in it. And this one's got a customized graphic in the background, etc. And if you want to select the skin, notice up here there's another little widget that comes with WordPress, and that's the social media stuff. Here's the menu, okay? And if you want to select a different skin, let's take one that matches another one of their albums, and that is, that was the World Painted Blood that we just saw a minute ago. And take a look at Slayer up here. So generally speaking, the header's at the top, okay? And you can see, again, same information, just it's in a different theme. So when we go into WordPress, the first thing we do is we make the account, and then we choose a theme. And the theme's kind of got it all set up for us, but then they have placeholders. So we take their pictures and replace it with ours. Take their logo, replace it with ours. Take their content, replace it with our words and pictures. Okay? So that's what a theme is. And it's kind of interesting when you look at it because it's fun for people to be able to do lots of interactivity. The more interactivity people can do in your website, the longer they're going to stay there. The more they stay there, the more they're going to want to buy your product, or the more they're going to get your message. So this is real interesting, I think, because it's got all these opportunities for interactivity. So you can see what's going on. You can get a free download. You can play a video. You can scroll and see for the calendar and buy tickets. You can buy merch. And you can change skins. You can even sign up and get a membership there. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. Now, take a minute to look at the menu. And if you go to the menu, the first one is always home. Home is where you start, right? Home is where you start. And news, if you click on news, it'll take you to a page. Boy, this takes a little while, doesn't it? Take you to a page with the news. Okay? There's two kinds of pages in WordPress. One is called a blog post, and one is called a static page. What's the difference? Anybody remember?
Blog posts can be updated depending on how often you put it in your post, where the static page is going to stay the way that you design it unless you fix it otherwise.
Perfect. Did you guys hear that? Oh. What she said so intelligently is that a blog post is updated and it's interactive. And so every time there's a change, you get a new looking page up there, right? Because we had yesterday's blog and then today's and then your comments and my reply, and you know, that interactivity shows up, changes the page. And that's a blog post. And a static page is one that stays the same. And that's used for things like that change too often, like contact information. Usually the home page is pretty static, and then you can link to the blog, or you can link to the calendar or whatever. So static pages are good for about me, for about contact, things that aren't updated too often. So let's go to, say, the band. If you go to the band, I wonder what's going to come in there. That looks like it's empty, huh? Looks like they need something in there. So this is one of the static pages because we can't add to it, right? They've made it. It stays there. We can't add to it. But if you go to probably shop, notice this one is pretty static too, because they have these albums that are going to stay there. It's interactive because we could buy the stuff, right? But notice that the page itself is static because the first album is not going to change. Their second album is not going to change. It's always going to be for sale, right? The third album is not going to change. It's always going to be for sale. So this is a static page, and with it they added what's called a widget, or it's in a little app that will let you buy. And we'll show you how to make a shopping cart also later. But notice this is a static page because we can't change this page. These 9 albums are going to be there. Okay, and then if we click number 2 for the next one, page 2 is going to stay the same until the owner of the site changes it. Yeah.
Is there any kind of policy when we start building our 5 websites in this class, where we, have to stick within some kind of guideline is there any thing that we can't offend people, or is it just kind of open whatever we want?
Well, yeah, you have to, generally speaking, design for your audience.
Right.
So as you choose what your audience is,
Right.
then you'll choose appropriate words, pictures, colors, etc.
Because clearly this website is promoting satanic stuff, and it talks about Slayer, God hates us all, and all this stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm
That may be offensive.
So this website clearly is for people who dig that kind of stuff.
It's that target audience, black and red.
We built a website that was something like this.
You would go to the website, or you would really think of your target audience.
Okay.
And obviously, what did they do? And that's our next class lecture. But what did they do in this website? And I hope it wasn't too offensive. But yeah, not my style. But what did they do in this website? Who's the target audience? Metalheads? Atheists?
Slayer fans?
Slayer fans? Who are Slayer fans?
Metalheads?
Metalheads, atheists. Okay, but are they old or young?
Old. Yeah. Well, varies.
Okay. Is it business-like or artistic? Right. Are they going to be the upper class or the working class? Are they going to have fast computers or slow computers?
Hopefully fast.
Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digital video? Are they going to have access to digi Fast network connections? Probably. Okay, so you think about it, are they women?
Possibly.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing how many people like it. I don't, but it's amazing. Okay, so you take a look at your target audience, and that will be the first thing that you decide when you begin to make your website. Who is it that you're trying to reach, and how will you reach them? What graphics will you use? Blood. What colors will you use? Black and red. what kind of language will you use? Satanic. What kind of what kind of font will you use? Simple. Maybe they're not real readers. Notice there's not a lot of words on this website. American Medical Association website has a lot of words on it. They're readers. So, yeah, you'll think about your target audience as we go. And hopefully, I didn't mean to offend anybody. Let's go look at another one. This is one, maybe that won't offend you. But notice this one. This is made by a local web design firm. And notice it's in Japanese, which is interesting because you can translate. You can get a little widget that says translate to English or translate to whatever language. But this was made locally, written in English, and then translated into Japanese. Notice it's got the background. It's got the content. It's got the menu. It's got the title. Right? It's got, this is called the featured image. Yes.
How accurate is the translation widget? Like,
Not great.
some of us are like,
Not great. It's not perfect. Have you sometimes see like in spell check or in Google what their suggestions are, and sometimes it's funny. You know, it's not.
Spanish and it bothers.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's a starting point. I certainly wouldn't publish anything in Japanese unless I had a Japanese person look at it. Okay, and you can do that. So take a look at content, featured image, menu. So we don't even need to read the words, and so hopefully these pictures are less aggressive. Okay, but you can see here that we have all those major parts, right? And at the bottom, there's the footer. And the footer I want you to pay attention to, because I'm going to ask you a little bit later. Tell me what you think goes in the footer. What's necessary. So here's a website, again, that has all 6 of those parts. And this was made by a local web design firm. Okay, so what we want you to do is to look at, I'm going to give you an assignment right now where you're going to look at some websites and see if you can't find those 6 major pieces in the website. But before we do, I just wanted you to see that at WordPress.org you can go to the showcase, and any kind of business that you have, or band, or club, or church, or entertainment, any kind of website you're looking for, you can look and see what the featured ones are, what the best ones in the world. And a lot of times, they share their styles with you. So it's cool. It's very good for inspiration as well as seeing, what the competition's doing. In your area, go look for the best ones in the world in the showcase. And again, this is a good place to browse, or you can look. Look at Coca-Cola in French. Okay. Now, take a look at Sweden's official site. Let's go look at Sweden's official site. The country of Sweden. This is the official source for facts about Sweden. It's publicly funded with 4 organizations behind it. So, it's Sweden. And if you click on it, it tells you you can go to it tells you, you can actually see it. And you can go see the different things that Sweden wants you to see. Notice it has a menu that takes you to other official websites. And notice here it tells you why, in the showcase, I went back home, it tells you why it's a showcase. Did it make good use of this or that? What tags, what is it tagged under? What is it labeled under? Okay, so Showcase is a very cool tool for you. If you're ever bored, go in and look at some of the newest and best websites in the world, okay, in your field and in other fields. Now, I want to show you some that were made by WordPress by students or former students in this class. So, see if that'll do it. Oh, Control. I'm sorry, I was hitting the wrong key. That's what happens when you teach in the dark. Okay, so have you guys ever been to this restaurant? Oh, I love it. I love it. It's on Broadway. It's like Broadway and something like that.
You said the student created this one?
Yes, these are former students, and actually these are some websites that I made with my web design firm. My colleagues are my former students who now, they've taken over the company, and so I helped make these websites, but they maintain them. So this is a website that we've been doing this client for probably 7 years. So, I don't know if you've ever seen at CIS Texcoco, the traditional Mexican lamb barbecue. If you've ever gone there, it's super great, but really good food. But take a look at their website. Notice, what do they have? A CIS Texcoco. This is their tagline. Traditional Mexican lamb barbecue. Okay. And here's their menu. Home, menu. Notice there's drop downs. You can go to Los Angeles or San Diego. I had no idea you could order online, but that'd be fun. We should do it someday. Their tacos are great. About us. And notice it's in English and in Spanish. They wanted a bilingual website, so they made the English one first, and then they made the Spanish pages and added it. So about us, or quiénes somos. Let's click on them and see what they say. Steeped in tradition, Mexican barbecue, and you can see cooking in a traditional manner, lamb. And notice here the logo was taken from the maguey flower because that's part of the tradition, and the maguey plant. And if you look at the logo of the company, it kind of shows you that in the About Us, in case somebody didn't know what that was. Because you know what their logo was before? I'm sure I have a copy, I'll show you. But their logo before was a cute little lamb in a copper kettle on the fire. And it was great. It did a great job in Chula Vista. I mean, it was so popular in Chula Vista, and then it moved to LA. And then now they got a couple of different locations. But when gringos started liking or going to this food, they were like, what? I'm going to eat a little baby sheep? I'm going to eat a little lamb? The ones that jump over the sleeve, let me go to sleep at night. Right? And so after a while, the owner didn't say so, but all the people in the company, they're going, telling the owner, gringos don't get that logo. They're not going to like it. Burning up a little lamb is not cool. And so they're like, you got to redo the logo. So we redid the logo like 15 different times. They had the little lamb sitting on a plate. That didn't work. They had the little lamb with a knife and a fork.
I love how they tried so hard to make
And that didn't work. And then they tried really hard because it's a traditional Mexican thing. So Mexicans are going to know what barbacoa is. And Mexicans are going to know already, so they had to get a bilingual audience. Their target audience were two different groups. So they notice how they changed the logo, which looks Mexican, looks traditional, looks pretty, healthy, right? Plant-based. And there's no lambs being boiled in burning oil. Now, also what's pretty neat too, the new logo says a KS isn't in real tiny letters because it was all just this one big hunk of a KS Texcoco Spanish language, which freaked out gringos. They're like, oh, I love this restaurant. They got the best tacos. It's this one on Broadway. What's the name of it? Yeah, I don't know. Right? Because it was just this hunk of Spanish. And it was too hard for everybody to remember what it was. Now, so the way they reshaped the logo was for that audience to make one word prominent and always have the description of it, because Texcoco doesn't mean anything to everybody. So they have their tagline attached to it as part of their logo. So it's on every page. So, anyways, you can see here this was made with WordPress. We have a content area and we have a sidebar. And in the sidebar you have pictures. Notice there's a footer. So Tijuana, Los Angeles, and San Diego. Notice they chose San Diego instead of Chula Vista also because they've been sponsored like on different food channel networks and stuff, and they're starting to get a name for themselves, and so they wanted to look upscale and also to be accessible to everybody. So anyway, you can see that, and again, look at the footer here. And so this is one of the websites that was made on, let's look at Quienes Somos. We're looking at About Us now. Let's look at Quienes Somos, the same thing in Spanish. Okay, so that's good. People choose the Spanish one if they want it. And then, for people who don't know, they have the history of barbacoa, which is cool. You may or may not know that. But it makes it look appetizing, wrapped in leaves, which matches the logo. It doesn't look like cannibalism.
So this is all done in WordPress, right?
This is done in
So
WordPress.
was this an actual template that the student actually picked and then
Yes.
kind of fill it in and colorize?
Yes.
Just kind of like we did last time?
Yeah.
It looks like the same thing, intergalactic.
It does look like it. I'm not sure what theme. I can't remember which theme it was. But take a look up here. Here's some little widgets. And notice here some extra information. And take a look at the blog page. So these are static pages. The About page is static. The history of barbecue is static. Look at the blog page. So if you want to read more on each one, the most modern one comes at the top, and then you could read more. So they're sending all of the information there of all the celebrities that have been there. Okay. And by the way, when Anthony Bourdain went there, he made a big old, you guys know him? Oh, Zimmern. When Zimmern went there, he made a big thing about eating lamb brains.
Oh, I tried that. It was really good.
Yeah, that's great. But, you know, he made it sound really exotic. And so you can see the pictures of it. And notice The quality of the pictures. The quality of your website depends on the quality of the content. So WordPress does the management, and we put in the content. So notice there's a lot of things to do on this website. You can read the blog, you can add comments, you can view the menu, you can order online, you can book a table, you can order catering, you can read the history, you can see reviews, you can contact, get a hold of them. And notice that this is a static page, the contact us page. Email us. So notice there's a little form, and that's automatic with WordPress. And it tells you how to get there to the Los Angeles one, to the San Diego one, and to the Tijuana one. Let us know. So notice there's lots of different interactive possibilities on here. And notice the way that the design is made. Their target audience was an international one, Tijuana, San Diego, Los Angeles. So it's kind of a broad spectrum, so they really have a big design. Now, what's the biggest thing on that page? The food, right? So the biggest thing on the page should take the biggest focus. The thing you want to focus on, you want your viewers to focus on, you want to make it the biggest thing on the page. So take a look at it, it looks good. You don't have to know it's lamb. They got that whole little sheep thing off the first page. It looks good, right? So.
Different logo good, TJ, because I know that the lamb thing is funny over there.
I think that they, no, but I'll show you the old logo a different time. Okay, so that was one, and here's another local one. Again, we made this one together, and now the students who formed their own company, they continue to update and maintain it.
Was this made in Dreamweaver or WordPress?
No, WordPress.
Oh, wow.
We started in Dreamweaver in the olden days,
Okay.
but then we redid it in,
Nice.
this is Victor and Patty, do you know Patty?
I know Victor, but not Patty.
Oh, okay, this is Victor and Patty. It's his colleague, and they were colleagues in class. Okay, so anyways, take a look at this. Have you ever been to this restaurant, Italianissimo Trattoria? They had a similar problem. This is a local one on 3rd Avenue. It's really good. But for me, it's really good. But for me, it's a little expensive. So I haven't been there often. But it's a nice restaurant, an upscale restaurant. And they had this big problem because the name of their restaurant was Italianissimo Trattoria. Which if you speak Italian, that doesn't mean much at all. It's like, Italian restaurant. But Italianissimo, nobody can remember the name. So what they're trying to do here is make it really simple. Their logo used to have wine and food in it. But then it was too much for people to try to remember the name and all the other stuff. So they really simplified the logo. And notice they've got a slideshow at the top, which goes automatically. Or you could click it to control it yourself, which people love to do. People love to be in control. And notice they're telling you, welcome to our restaurant. This is not as interactive of a site before, or as the other one. It tells you about our food and about the owners. When we made this website, they were so kind. They gave us each a bottle of Perrier for free as we sat and discussed with them. Wow, they had these wonderful wines and desserts going on behind us. But no, they're really good businessmen. So you can look and see that each one of the pages has a very similar structure. The things you can customize, like put a border around the outside, have a slideshow in the inside. Take a look. They really liked that wine bottle they have because that's the logo of their business, was that wine bottle with two spouts. And again, that was more important to them than it would be to the audience, so they just got the idea of it in the background. So that's, again, called the featured image because it's on every page. You can click on Contact. You can see that's a static page. Reviews and Press. And so is this a blog post or is this a static page? This is a static page. They're not allowing any interactivity. They're so conservative, and it's upper class. They're snooty. Listen, they didn't want people to be commenting on their restaurants. Of course it was perfect. Of course it's an excellent restaurant. So who controls what's on there? The owners do. And so they don't have a lot of give and take in this one. The only thing you can do is choose. Now, they do have Yelp reviews, and I'll tell you, it was 4 years before they wanted to put that on, because they really didn't want to lower themselves to be common, because they were so excellent. But they are. I mean, it's a great restaurant, and their food's great. So anyways, they do have the social media widget, and take a look again with a header, a footer, a tagline, a footer, content, and sidebar. So take a look at the main things that's what we want you to look at. Okay? So these were a couple that were made, those 3 that I just showed you were made by former students who got this. Actually, they made like the Italianissimo. 2 of the students, they made it for their final project. And then they brought it to the restaurant, and the guy liked it. So he hired them. And now for about 5 years, they've been doing his website. So that's how you build up your clientele. And so they sold their final project. So, and it turned out pretty good, huh? All right, so now what we want you to do is, for an in-class activity, we're going to give you about 20 minutes. So it doesn't have to be big, but we want you to work with the person sitting next to you. So 2 people work together. Or actually, it'll be better, I think, if there's 3. So either take 3 or 2 people. Why don't you turn around and join this group? And you guys, you 3 can do it. And then you 4 back there. You need to start a Word document. Start a Word document and put everybody's name on that document. 2 or 3. 2 or 3 people. So choose. You need one. You only need to turn in 1 piece of paper with 2 or 3 names on it. Okay? So one person's going to be typing while you're all talking. Now, if you okay, now if you go to the week one day 2 folder, you'll see here what your in-class activity is. It's 5 points. So we want you to look at the basic elements of themes. So we want you to meet with your colleagues to analyze some of the themes that are out there, some of the world's wonderful websites. So we want you to go to WordPress Showcase, and we want you to look at the websites and answer these 6 questions. Okay? So what we're showing you here is that you want one piece of paper or one document, write the name of each person in your group at the top of the page, and then write really short answers to the questions. We don't want essays, we don't need complete sentences, we want your ideas. This is a pass-fail, so you either did it or you didn't, so don't worry too much about English grammar, it's not an essay. And then when you're done, we'll show you how to upload your homework. But in your group, we want you to check out the basic page elements of these different themes. And for each site, answer these questions. So take a look here at you'll see that you have at the bottom a sample. What's a headline, a header, a tagline, navigation, sidebar, footer, content. So those are the 6 main pieces. We want you to find those 6 main pieces because your themes can be customized. We want you to find those 6 main pieces in each one of these websites. And then we want you to talk about the website. So for each site, does the site have each of those elements? Is it missing one or not? You say yes or no. Like the Slayer one didn't have a footer. Why is the site in the showcase? Well, that tells you right at the beginning of the showcase. It tells you because it's got really good customization, it's got really good videos, it's got really good photos. Why do you think it's in the showcase instead of just being like in the regular old gallery? Where is the blog portion of the site? What are people blogging about or who's blogging? Does the site offer different views or different themes that the user can choose? Remember the Slayer one had different skins? Some of them do, some of them don't. And what kind of interactivity? Look and see, what do people do on the website? The user interact with it. And what information is in most footers? So we want you to go to each one of these 6 websites and answer 6 questions.
So for each site, we're answering all 6?
Yep, for each site you're answering all 6, and that's why with 3 people you only have one person typing and you both can talk. They can be very short answers. Okay? So if you open up this document, we've already got these links for you. All you have to do is hit Control-click and you'll go there. So open up the page, and you have the sample here. These are the 6 questions and the 6 items that we need to be looking for. And so, do it fast.
We've been working steadily for like 3 hours.
Excuse me. For the first question, should they say just yes or no? That's it?
Yes or no is fine. And you can put a short answer down. No, it doesn't have a first. Or something, but the idea is you guys to talk about it.
Slayer does have a footer. Slayer does have a
Why they chose it for the best in the world.
Yeah, because I think, yeah, your live stream is on. I think that's your very magnified. It's a conflict issue.
You know how?
This. I don't think it's. I think there's that. Yeah. Oh. The magnifier's on. It's kind of weird. I don't think you're actually on the, because you're in the magnifier, I think? Okay, now you're out of the magnifier. Oh, Vince didn't really explain, huh? That, were you working with Vince for the open broadcasting?
I've only installed
Oh, not too sure. Oh, I'm assuming stop streaming, stop recording. And because it's streaming, it should be saving?
That's if it's saving. Streaming is not necessarily saving.
Oh, okay. Well, That's the saved files.
That's gotta be,